It's Kendo. Oh, baby.
It's your boy Zappa, and welcome to Plebpla. A very angry and irritated Plebpla. But I'm going to do my best to give my genuinely unbiased opinion, despite that it's also kind of biased, on the Mrs. Loheng-Rinko. I was massively excited when I finally found out that this was a kit that was happening, because, you know, with Fumina, with China, even with Gyanko, all the Gunpla waifus were getting kits. So where was the first waifu? The initial waifu? Waifu number 1. That's actually a wife. And here we go. So, well, no, she can hang out on the stand for now. What we have is a kit that came with 7 various runners with only a minimal amount of spare parts, but these are the universal parts for the other waifu pla. You've got some arms here, some other arm caps here, another neck cap up here. Additionally, you get this really cool shade of blue for her hair. I'm kind of a fan of that. And most interestingly is this super soft, rubbery, floppy runner. It was very difficult to run with. I haven't run into something that soft since either one of the older kits or just some other unrelated toy that wasn't Gunpla from my childhood. Kept separately are the eye caps, which I'm too scared to work with. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. And the other eye plate that goes back in the box for storage. Where am I going for here? We get only one set of polycaps, which are used for the accessories as opposed to the body. Polycaps always go back in the box. And then you get the Abyss. This massive sticker sheet. Plenty of color apps all over the place. But I suppose you're really trying to simplify the build as opposed to overcomplicating a high grade. You get to the mountain of eye stickers. I went with the over to the up and right. I'm going to say up and right, even though I guess it's up and left from her perspective. I always keep the extra stickers. So the important part to show here, and we're going to do the spooky thing and behead our favorite mom and fumble with it. It's only a model, it's not a real woman. Is once I get the camera to focus. That's not focusing. There we go. Right up on here. The kit doesn't. There's no lipstick on the sticker sheet, as you can see here. I've applied my own lipstick, and I've also applied the eyelashes, not eyeliner, the eyelashes myself rather than using any of the stickers, because I once upon a time helped my roommate with Dolphies. I did the same thing way back when I kind of briefly glanced at the winning Fumina, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. Maybe in a future series of reviews. What we get so far as accessories, not including this ponytail that fell off, is another stand. The one that she comes with is an orange. It is way off camera right now. I'm not going to go chase it down. You get alternate pieces for the feet. These are for the relaxed and laid back position, wherein she will shoot the big guns. as you can see him. You get an additional pair of plain-ass feet in case you want her to look more plain, because this leg armor is only that. Leg armor. You can have her going about in her black stockings and black shoes as you see fit. She comes with, as you see, holding a gun. You've got two holding hands. The other one is deliberately attached to the gun here. The gun that is made up of all white parts and so many stickers. I do like this inset red sticker here, but still, stickers. The other end is here, standard holding hand, and two pairs of little handheld nightmares. Please, focus, camera. That is not focusing. What is wrong with you? Here we go. No, focus on this thing in my hand. There we go. Hand. So, I have a story, which is what has caused the great deal of upset here. And we're going to disconnect from here. We're going to try to stand Mama up on her feet. She doesn't balance very well. Thanks to the Loheng-Rinko backpack, she's kind of back heavy. But it's fine. She'll stand. The problem I wish to discuss, that is... This is probably a problem different than anything else, because most people will protest, oh, the faces are creepy. And they are to a degree, but they're toys. I'm not going to cry about it. Once upon a time, oh, here we go. Do I have to get you to focus again? Please do the focus. Thank you. So, you can see that. You can see that right there. That busted piece right there. Not my fingernail. That's busted too. But this here is repair. My first repair, actually. My first repair for a kit that I reviewed. How about that? What happened is the plug-in spot here in this red cuff is entirely too freaking tight. I don't know if it was my kit that I got that's manufactured or if it's universal. Check out Boomsy's review, which I'm going to link both in the description. Maybe I can get an annotation right here, something in the slate. It'll happen. But it was too tight. And when I was going through my usual photo set that I always do for my sorting, my collection, all that jazz, I went to twist the hand, because, you know, you're turning the hand, trying to pose it, showing this and that. And then I showed my teammate Darian Spider's like, hey, you know, check this out. This, you know, wrist is too tight and it snapped. The ball snapped inside the cuff. What this is here is a straight pin cut down, melted through the plastic, and you can see why I call myself the Lord of Scrubs. Because I made too long and I poked all the way through. I even got myself in the thumb. I'm fine. Everything's fine. There's no blood anywhere. But I broke the hand. I fixed it, but it's going to nag me to no end because I have some kind of completionist mindset, and when something that simple like a hand breaks or a joint breaks, I can't just fix it. It's going to drive me crazy. It needs to be repaired. It needs to be replaced, excuse me. And I really don't want to buy a whole new this for a hand again. But let's move on to the real part that makes this a review and not a story time, is the articulation. The universal opinion is that the faces are creepy and the articulation is pretty bad. These side skirts, pretty articulate. I just popped that off right now. That's fine. That's acceptable. This is permissible. I actually really appreciate this super soft plastic for the skirt. It makes it a little more realistic than like plates. At least the back skirt pops in and out just like that. Don't freaking report me. This is not weird anything. The alternative butt skirt is for the lean back and sitting position. That slots right into a couple of spaces right here under my nail. Action bases plug into the back rather than into the waist, which is completely acceptable. The front skirt, this is the kind of plastic I don't trust. You can get that front skirt up pretty high, but I wouldn't trust going about being all crazy with it and forcing it up as high as you can go. You could probably get a full skirt flip, but how many times are you going to get that before you tear the plastic? Game over. That aside, for the legs themselves, let's see what we can do here. The legs do not get a full split. I'm going to call that 45 plus 90. How about that? It's a decent split if you're trying to do some splits. As weird as the knee looks from the front, you get a full fold there. You have a like double socket ball joint here on the foot, so you get some mad crazy articulation, because you also have to pop feet off to replace it, and you'll pop the foot off and replace this white piece here with your cannons here. Please. Dual focus. Thank you. You're getting so much better at this, camera. Well done. I want to talk about this really nifty knee armor. I'm a fan of old armored kits. Not kits, but toys, like the classic Ronin Warrior stuff. I love it. So this is a pressed together bit. This cannon comes on and off. I'm going to leave them on for my own personal display purposes. It's fine. Thank you. You saw that, right? I didn't see it, but I'm sure you saw it. The arm just popped off. And that is probably the '1 most, oh my god, frustration point of this kit, is the arms and the shoulders are weird AF. So, the arms. The socket is, I can't even remember at what point they connect. They push into the chest, I think over here, and they just kind of flounder. This is the wrong arm. They just kind of like flounder about in the weirdest way that it is, it's actually bringing me to genuine like stammering. I can't think of words to explain how badly these shoulders are done. The winning Fumina is so much better, and it has shoulder armor, so it kind of covers it up and you don't have to look at this. Like, I see what you're trying to do here, Bandai. You're trying to keep in with the jacket. Good job. Well done. But how do you articulate? Like, you can't get the arm out without it just the slightest motion, the slightest tug pops it out of socket. It's preposterous. Let's move on. The head gets a full twist when the ponytail's not in the way. You've got a good amount of head banging. And I'm looking at this is genuine frustration with the entire situation at hand. Like, I've taken it to heart that the hand is busted, that I can barely focus on anything else, and I'm doing my best. We're going in raw. You're getting true and genuine feelings. Because I was going to give this kit some good words, and then the hand broke, and now I can't have that love for the character back into the kit. And it's like the shoulders are going to be the worst thing about it. It's like the shoulders suck, it's bad, you know, posability is decreased by a factor of 3, you know, arbitrary numbers. I mean, it's otherwise fine, it's workable, but the fact that I busted this hand really just kind of ruins it for everything. And again, shout out to my boy Boomsy, hooking me up, I hope, with another left hand. If not, well, this hand is going into the toolbox aka the Void. The Loheng-Rinko backpack has a little bit of articulation here on the sides in case you just want to line them up just a little bit, you know, for a little more dynamic something, I suppose. The guns plug in straight into the side here, which it looks fine. The hand is going to stay on there for now because it's going to be dual wielding once she goes on the shelf. And yeah, it was a pleasant experience until the end, and that just soured the whole thing on me. She's going up on the shelf into the void. To note, it gives you an extension piece for the clear kit that comes along, so when you plug it in, it's very awkward because you have to apply, pardon it being off camera, I'll fix it in a moment, you have to apply this backwards straight into the spine, and she stands on the floor. She is a very tall and leggy woman. So the extender is fine, and it keeps visual versus camera, it keeps her feet just onto the stand. However, I have to have consistency. So what I've done is taking, you know, my favorite Action Base 2, flipped this part over, simply assemble it the other direction, and plug that right in where it go. Angle that as you see fit. And I hope y'all have a better day than I have. Stay tuned for a new series of reviews, as well as including the stuff that I build in my backlog. Next up, crossbow. But let's go out on a wee shout out. We're gonna move the camera jerkingly, I'm very sorry, and take a zoom. Get the manual out the way. Whoosh. Take a zoom. Take a look. It's in a book. It's a Gunpla molding machine. A Gunpla of a Gunpla molding machine. SIEG ZEON.